Edensafe Montessori Kindergarten is a school that is located in Utawala along Kibiku Road, just off the Eastern Bypass. We are a Montessori kindergarten that admits students all the way from age 1.5. Reason being, our location is very ideal for small kids who are just starting out school. The serenity, the quiet environment, and just that the fact that the school is very homely, and so it attracts children who want to be taught and start school in a place that is more of home to them. In terms of our classes, the 1.5 to 3 years are in a class that we call the creche class, and they're just given a lot of care as they start the separation from their parents and come into a school setup and not really doing school as much. And then we progress now to the 3 to 4 year old class, which is the class as such, the preschool. Those are our the GEM class. And then we move to the 4 to 5 year old. That's the children who are 4 years to 5 years. After which they now move to the 5 to 6 year class, which is now the class that is winding up the kindergarten stage. Being a Montessori kindergarten means that our curriculum approach is Montessori. Montessori is the best foundational approach you can give to a child. This is because the Montessori approach is highly practical and very manipulative. The children get to touch, to feel, and basically just use all their senses in learning. For example, when we are training them about numeracy, materials such as the brown stair, such as the pink tower, such as the rods, they all enable them to start having a sense of counting as they are beginning to learn numeracy. Because now after that we start teaching them now the basic counting, where we start now with the red rods, and when they are arranging the rods, they are able to start having the sense of now the counting from 1 up to 10. When they move and start working with the pink tower, again when they're building the tower, they are also counting. When they are building the stair using the brown stair, they are counting. And by the time now we are getting them to now learn how to now do the formation using the sandpaper numbers, you already have a feeling that they know exactly how to form the numbers because of the foundation they have received. When you go to Sensorial as one of the arms of Montessori, when they are learning how to the touch using the touch tablets, this is really, really important for them because it helps strengthen their hands, strengthen their fine motor skills, which prepares them a lot for the writing that will come later on when they move maybe to the 4-year-old class. And also the practical life. Practical life helps them also develop a lot of their fine motor skills when they are folding, when they are learning how to button and how to do the lacing. All that is preparing them for the writing that is coming at a later stage. And you find that when that time comes, they will hardly struggle because the Montessori approach that we have given them, because it's manipulative and hands-on, has prepared them fully for what is coming, and especially with the writing that comes later on.
I take the class of 3 to 4 years old. Basically, these children are very fresh from home, and we focus on each child with their individual needs. In the class of the 3 to 4 year olds, we mainly use the Montessori curriculum. This is where children have to do activities practically, and they got to use all their senses. That is feeling, tasting, smelling, seeing and hearing. We also help them in their language development. We do a lot of story reading, picture reading, songs and poems and rhymes, where we help them to develop their language. For the social activities, we do a lot of outdoor games, like in the sun play, water play, where the children are able to socialize and gain a lot of language. For their fine motor skills, so that they can be able to hold their pencil and even to develop their pencil grip, we do a lot of activities, for example, painting, sticking, coloring, tracing, and even tearing. This is where the children develop their social activities. Our timetable is not like really set, since their concentration span sometimes can be a bit low. We are able to change activities from time to time according to their concentration skills.
At Edensafe, our academic year begins in January. We have 3 terms. The first one is in January, May, and September. That's when we do our admissions. So we have a full academic year with 3 terms. And that's when we are able to admit children. And we also, besides the learning and the approach that we have towards learning, we also have co-curricular activities such as music. The children are trained in musical instruments such as the piano, the guitar. We also have co-curricular activities such as the ballet training, where the children are trained how to dance, the modern ballet training.
In PP1, I take them through activities like numeracy, literacy, environmental studies, religious education, physical and creative art activities. For numeracy, we ensure that when the child comes to school, the child, by the time we are done with the child, we have achieved a few objectives. A child, by the end of the year, the child should be able to count and recognize number 1 to 10. The child should also be able to count concrete objects from number 1 to 5. So at that level, a child should be able to transit well to the next level. By the time the child has finished a 1-year course or training, the child should be able to recite the sounds and also the letters, that is the alphabets, the A, B, C, D, and the sounds, I mean A, B, K, and also we teach them to learn these sounds by actions, because we tend to realize that the children learn very fast through imitation, and by that they will be able to remember the sound well. Also, another way of helping a child to be able to remember the sound is using pictures. So you show a child a picture, and the child should be able to identify the first sound in that picture. For example, sound A. We'll show them a picture for an apple, and therefore whenever the child will see an apple, she or he should know. We also make sure that we teach them how to listen. That is auditory discrimination and memory. We ensure that we read stories with them. We ask them questions. We see whether they can be able to retell. This helps the child to be able to articulate words and sounds properly, and to be able to see whether they can memorize or remember whatever the story was about. We also do various other activities in class, like for the physical activities. There are some activities that are indoor. We do them indoor in classes. and also outdoor activities. We also try to nurture their talents through activities like creative arts, through coloring, painting, printing, and there are other methods of teaching creative arts like weaving, and that one goes on as the years goes by as per the objective of that term.
Our meal plan is very nutritious, very balanced, because one of the things that enables the learning of a child not to stall is their physical well-being. So our meal plan is nutritionist advised, professionally prepared, not only to just give a yummy taste, which it does to the children, but also add the necessary nutrients required for the proper healthy development of a child. And we also encourage our parents to implement the same in their homes, so that there is reinforcement at home, and in the end, when we all combine and give those children the best meals, it will also assist them grow very well. At Edensafe, we also encourage the children to come celebrate the birthdays in school. It brings a lot of fun when we are cutting the cake and singing happy birthday, but most important, it helps the child actually learn how old they are turning, and it also helps the other children just engage in celebrating a milestone with one of them. So it engages them socially, it engages them emotionally, and they also get to bond together, and it brings up the family spirit that we would want to embed in the culture of Edensafe. So we are a family. We are a family beyond being a school where we do all the academic stuff, but we are a family, and that's why birthdays are key events in our calendar, in which we do not fail to celebrate. Once the children have engaged in a whole day's activity, they are tired, and we provide a very relaxing sleeping area where the children can take time to rest, take time to nap, so that they rest their minds, which is very important for the children, because sleep is important for the development of the child. So our resting area is very nice, and the children love their time to nap. Edensafe is a place to be. I encourage all parents around Utawala, around the Eastern Bypass, and even from far and wide, come and try Edensafe and you will not regret. Here our approach is wholesome, and all we do is unearth the potential of your child. Welcome to Edensafe Montessori Kindergarten, Utawala.